Hey, Dr. Jaffe, what about haptoglobin? Can you help explain how that plays into all of this here?
Well, thanks for asking. And yes, a colleague just today pointed out that someone has data, and the data says in regard to haptoglobin that when red cells are rigid because of a lack of ascorbate antioxidant and a lack of polyphenolics and a lack of omega-3 fats and a lack of antioxidants, including ascorbate, the red cells become oxidized, damaged, and rigid. And instead of living 4 months, 3 to 4 months, the red cells might live now half that time. And the long established marker for free hemoglobin is haptoglobin. So if you want to know whether your red cells are too rigid and are being damaged too early and freeing up from their inside to liberate the hemoglobin that should stay in the red cell until it's recycled, if those cells are bursting because of oxidative damage, then the hemoglobin is going to come into the bloodstream, bind to the haptoglobin, and the haptoglobin will go down. So it is an interesting measure for early red cell destruction. And we do know in regard to these respiratory viruses that the people who are most afflicted, these are the diabetics who are not in good blood sugar control. These are the people with cardiovascular disease and multiple medications. These are people who either smoke tobacco or are in polluted environments where they live and work. So those are the people who are at risk for having the oxidative stress that leads to rigid red cells that more easily burst, and the haptoglobin goes down. So if anyone is concerned about how long their red cells live, and they should live 3 to 4 months, not 1 to 2 months, you can measure haptoglobin to see if the red cells are being destroyed early. And one of the things that might destroy the red cells would be the oxidative activity of the foreign invader, like a corona respiratory virus, where your immune defense and repair system isn't resilient enough, isn't robust enough to identify the foreign virus, take it in, recycle it, break it down without any infection. So yes, a low haptoglobin is a sign of red cell destruction, early red cell destruction, and could be induced by the oxidative burden of respiratory viruses in antioxidant deficient people. And if you have low magnesium and cell acidosis, now you're doubly at risk. So follow our guidance and our host enhancement protocol, our viral prevention protocol, and know that while haptoglobin is a useful measure for red cells that are being destroyed early, that it's the systemic lack of good stuff, the systemic lack of antioxidants, buffering minerals, and essential cofactors. It's usually in people who are slightly but significantly dehydrated. They're not taking in enough water and herbal beverages. And you want to take in the foods that you can digest, assimilate, and eliminate without immune burden, because that's how we stay healthier, even in times of distress.